Hello. I am going to try to avoid seeing any of the Super Bowl this year. Won't be the first year for that, and I encourage others to do the same. And I can think of three reasons. One, just in general, my Sundays, I feel more spiritual, closer to God, stronger presence of the Holy Ghost, when I'm not spending my Sundays trying to be entertained with football. I've been thinking that for a few years, so I've been trying to avoid the NFL for a while. Not because I don't like the sport. I love football. It's just wish there was more football on Saturdays. So sometimes I watch college football, but even then, Shelby Steele, if I'm remembering his name right, he's got a good point when he calls college football modern slavery. Those universities make enormous amounts of money and give the players none of it. And anyone who is halfway religious, who cares about the moral decline of our society, should avoid the Super Bowl because of how uh, sexually explicit and suggestive the Super Bowl halftime shows have been for the past several years. Even without trying to see the Super Bowl, you find out about what the halftime shows were if you're at all in the world. And we should not, people who care about having a moral society should not encourage that degradation of the society's morals by watching, giving advertising revenue to, and encouraging that stuff. The Super Bowl that for the first time ever has lower ratings than the previous year could get some attention, and maybe get some business people to try to have some football without the naked bodies at halftime, or naked-ish, as Adrian Monk would call it. And the third reason this year, I think if you care at all about, if you're not for criminals being able to massacre innocent people, you should be against the Super Bowl, because a company named Daniels Defense, I'll put a link below to the article I read to let me know this. Daniels Defense tried to buy advertising. Daniels Defense sells products that help peaceful, law-abiding people defend themselves and their families from violent criminals. And the ad didn't show any violence, didn't show any bad guys dying. It just showed a family, a potential customer of Daniels Defense, a family standing there who could be defended from violent criminals by the products made and marketed by Daniels Defense. So, those are the three reasons that we should not watch the Super Bowl this year. To take away some advertising revenue from those corrupt people that are running the NFL, who are not against criminals murdering us, want to make it easier for the criminals to murder us. And let's fight the moral decline of our society by not watching a halftime show that will probably not giving advertising revenue. Whether you watch the halftime show or not, it's going to be there as part of the whole package, part of the Super Bowl.